All right, it is 5:30, so we're ready to call this meeting to order for the December meeting of the McLean County Board. Our first item up for action is invocation, a moment of silence from member Lindsay Bloomfield.
Lord, in this holy season of prayer, song, and laughter, we praise you for the great wonders you have sent us. As we gather here today as members of the McLean County Board, approaching a new year, we give thanks to all we hold dear: our health, our family, friends, and community, and all those who serve at home and abroad. We give thanks for all the blessings, opportunities, and responsibilities that befall us. May we move forward in 2025 with optimism, renewed passion, and a commitment to service. May we all experience God's love, peace, hope, and joy in the year ahead. Amen.
Now the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our next order of business is appearances by members of the public or county employees. Have we had any requests? Oh, I'm sorry, call the roll. Thank you.
Crystal Abel,
Present.
Corey Byrne,
Present.
Beverly Bell,
Present.
Lindsay Bloomfield,
Present.
Mark Claus,
Present.
Leah Klein,
Present.
Alex Duffy,
Present.
Sean Fagan,
Present.
Buck Farley,
Present.
William John Friedrich, Eric Hansen,
Present.
Val Lehman,
Present.
Brian Leffler,
Here.
Mike O'Neill, Adam Reeves, Jim Rogal,
Present.
Natalie Roseman Mendoza,
Present.
Jeff Tompkins,
Here.
Elizabeth Johnston.
Present. We have 19 present. We're missing. 19 present. That is correct. All right. All right, next item is item 5, appearances by members of the public or county employees. Have we had any requests?
We've had 3 requests to speak, the first one being Randall Irvin. Come on up to the podium, sir. You'll have 3 minutes to speak.
My name is Randall Irvin from State Representative Jason Bunning's office. I'm his legislative liaison. Fancy word for saying I get to come out and do constituent services and meet the boards in our different area of the district. As you know, he has the 106, which in this area is Chenoa and a little bit more towards the west and south towards the ISU barn. Just came here to say, we're in Dwight. If you ever need anything, I gave everybody my card, reach out to us. And if anybody knows Jason, he'll get back to you with an answer. So that's all I need to say. Introduce myself. This is the second time I've been here. It's great to come down here to Bloomington. It's a great town. I like being here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next speaker is Chad Burke. Is Chad Burke present? Moving on, our next speaker is Mike Rakes, and he is representing a group, so he will have 5 minutes to speak.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Rakes. I live here in Bloomington. I'm the business manager for the Electricians Union, IBW Local 197, and also president of the McLean and Livingston County Building and Construction Trades. I'm here tonight to encourage you to approve the agenda item with the project labor agreement ordinance that was unanimously approved earlier this month by the Finance Committee. Project labor agreements are pre-hire agreements that establish terms and conditions of employment for all crafts on infrastructure projects. The mutual agreements are between a construction owner, such as a contractor, a developer, or a public body, and a coalition of labor unions supplying skilled workers for the duration of the project. The main purpose of a PLA is to promote predictability, stability, and productivity on construction projects. PLAs ensure that taxpayer-funded projects utilize apprentices and expand work opportunities for people from historically disadvantaged backgrounds. Recently, the Illinois Economic Policy Institute performed a study titled "The Impacts of Project Labor Agreements on Competition, Costs, Apprenticeships, and Diversity." The study concluded that there were more contractor bids on PLA projects on average than projects that didn't have a PLA attached to them. PLA projects are more diverse and utilize more apprentices to complete the project. Another major impact is the fact that local construction workers will be the workers on these projects. By voting yes and supporting this ordinance is a vote to support the local construction workforce in our community. Construction workers who choose to go into a professional trade, study, and work as an apprentice to hone the skills they need to build our community will have the ability to work on the projects that their taxpayer dollar funds. On behalf of the hundreds of union construction workers in McLean County, we ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe that is all the requests this evening.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 6. Because we do have a larger than usual number of new members, I just want to make clarification. Standard procedure is that chairs do not vote in meetings unless there is a tie. So that will be the course for tonight. I'll be abstaining from all votes as we conduct the meeting. So item 6 is the consent agenda. This is item, covers all of the pieces under the consent. I need a motion for the consent. Motion by Member Hanson, second by Member Duffy. Comments or questions on the consent agenda? Seeing none, all in favor of item 6, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item 6, consent agenda passes. Next item up is item 7. We will move to the standing committees, and I will turn it over to Vice Chair Rogal for the executive committee items.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Executive Committee has 3 items for action. 7A, 1A is a request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2024 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Fund 0163, and I so move.
Can I have a second? Second by Member Byrne. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7A1A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. Back to you, Vice Chair Rogal.
7A1B is a request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 165, Animals in the McLean County Code, and I so move.
May I get a second? Second by Member Fagan. Comments or question? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7A1B, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Back to you.
Our last item is 7A1C, request approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 108 regarding travel policy, and I so move.
Can I get a second? Second by Member Farley. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of 7A1C, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion is unanimous. Chair Rogal, items from probation.
Yeah, we have no other items for action or items to present. Our general report can be found on pages 40 through 48 of the unapproved minutes.
Thank you. Next up is 7B, Finance Committee with Committee Chair Val Lehman.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The Finance Committee has 3 items to be presented for action this evening. Action item number 7B, 1A, is the request approval of an ordinance of the McLean County Board amending Chapter 50, Finances of the McLean County Code, and I so move.
Can I get a second? Second by Natalie Roseman Mendoza. Comments or questions? All in favor of item 7B1A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Next item.
Item 7B1B is the request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 116, Purchasing and Contracting, Project Labor Agreements of the McLean County Code, and I so move.
Can I have a second? Second by Member Fagan. Comments or questions? Yes, Member Rogal.
I'll be needing to abstain from this vote.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7B1B, say aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Next item.
Action item 7B1C is the request approval of the contract amendment to the extent, to extend the terms of the two intergovernmental agreements with McLean County for animal control, removal, and shelter services through March 31st, 2025, and I so move.
Can I have a second? Second by Member Hanson. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7B1C, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Chair Lehman, anything further?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. One additional thing I'd like to call out is our general report can be found on pages number 25 to 30 of the unapproved minutes packet. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on to item 7C, that is Health Committee with Committee Chair Corey Byrne.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Health Committee brings no items for action tonight. Our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Moving on to item 7D, Justice Committee. Back to Vice Chair Jim Rogal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Justice Committee brings 6 items for action. 7D1A is the request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the Town of Normal for booking services, and I so move.
May I have a second? Second by Member Hanson. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7D1A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
7D1B, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the City of Bloomington for booking services, and I so move.
May I have a second? Second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7D1B, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
7D1C is request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the ISU for booking services, and I so move.
May I have a second? Second by Member Fagan. Comments or questions? Member Klein.
Thank you, Chair Johnston. I'll need to abstain because of my employment.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7D1C, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
All right, 7D1D is request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2025 combined annual appropriation budget ordinance for Fund 0129, and I so move.
May I have a second? Second by Member Hanson. Comments or questions? That is correct, because this is, what is this? This is the emergency appropriation. We do require a 2/3 pass rate. So all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that is unanimous.
Next up, we have 7D1E, which is request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2024 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance, and I so move.
May I get a second? Second by Member Farley. Same rule applies for the 2/3 requirement to pass. Any comments or questions on this item? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7D1E, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Unanimous.
All right, next up is 7D1F, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2025 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Circuit Court, and I so move.
May I have a second? Second by Member Klein. Same rule with this. We need a 2/3 to pass. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 71F, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that is unanimous.
The Justice Committee has no other items for action. Our general report can be found on pages 16 through 24 of the unapproved minutes, and I can answer any questions if anyone has any.
Thank you, Vice Chair Rago. Next item is 7E, Property Committee, and we put that to the committee chair, Crystal Abel.
Thank you, Chair Johnston. The Property Committee brings one item for action tonight. 7E 1A, request approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 205 fees, Article 11 miscellaneous code fees, Section 205-37 parks in the McLean County Code, and I so move.
Can I get a second? Second by Member Duffy. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of item 7E1A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Back to you, Chair Abel.
The Property Committee has no other items for action. Our general report can be found in pages 35 through 39 of the unapproved minutes packet. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, we have item 7F, that is Land Use and Development Committee with Committee Chair Leah Klein.
Thank you, Chair Johnston. The Land Use and Development Committee does not have any action items to be presented for action this evening. I would, however, point out in our general report, which is pages 2 through 7 of our unapproved minutes, the committee did go through and pass a BES zoning ordinance language that will move on to the Zoning Board of Appeals, BES being battery electric storage systems, and so look out for that.
Okay.
And this newly possibly defunct committee.
All right, moving on then, item 7G, Transportation, back to you, Chair Klein.
Okay, the Transportation Committee has two items for this evening. Without objection, I'd like to combine 7G1A. 7G1A is the Route 66 Bike Trail, Section 23-00001-06-BT, Village of McLean to Funks Grove, subsection I. Or 1, request approval of local public agency joint funding agreement of federally funded construction. Subsection 2, request approval of appropriation resolution for local match. And subsection 3, request approval of intergovernmental agreement between IDOT and McLean County, and I so move.
Thank you. May I have a second? Second by Member Lehman. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of 7G1A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, Chair Johnston. The Transportation Committee has one more item, 7G1B, request approval of McLean County Title VI plan, and I so move.
Thank you. May I get a second? Second by Member Farley. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor of 7G1B, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, thank you so much, Chair. For the purposes of the record, the Transportation Committee's minutes and the unapproved minutes of page 2 to 7. It's the Land Use and Development Committee whose pages are 8 to 15. Forgive my error. We're all the same now. So.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next item is 7H, County Administrator.
Thank you, Chair Johnston. I have no items to present to the board for action and no items for information this evening. I will remind the board to please RSVP to the event at the Animal Control Shelter next week if they intend on attending. And happy holidays.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item 8, other business and communication. I do have a few items to run through tonight. The first item is the announcement on December 4th, 2024. Member Metzger provided to me a notice of her resignation, which was effective immediately. Therefore, I am announcing the vacancy of a seat on the county board for a member to represent District 1. Pursuant to the McLean County Code, Section 20-10H, I am fixing the date upon which the appointment will be made to fill the vacancy as of January 16th, 2025. Also pursuant to the McLean County Code, written applications and resumes of those seeking appointment must be submitted to the County Administrator's Office by 12 noon on Thursday, January 9th, 2025. Applications must be signed by the applicants. All eligible applicants will be interviewed by the Executive Committee at its regular meeting scheduled to begin at 4 p.m. on Monday, January the 13th of 2025. A few other things that I wanted to mention is I know we had some confusion this month with committee meetings because we are doing a transition in January. I will be asking Julie Morlock to send out a reminder at the beginning of January so that people know when their meetings will be, and then that will be the schedule moving forward. So the other thing that I will ask people to remember and to make sure that you come to, especially new members, is the orientation that will be on Friday, December the 20th. And then there is a second one on Monday, the 23rd. Orientation is open to anyone who would like to attend. We are going to add a few things that has not been in orientation before, try to make sure that board members are ready to go with how the board operates and how meetings operate, so that you are best prepared to participate fully in meetings. I do want to wish everyone a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, if I don't see you before then. And the last thing I want to say, if nobody else has anything, is thank you for your service to the county and be careful driving home tonight. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.